Hey guys, no intro to this video today. I'm using this mini collection pack from Echo Park called Brothers, and this is a photo. I'm going to scribe two photos today, both of my brother Phil, my brother Sean, sitting on the couch. And if you look at their expressions and the way they're talking, it looks like they're like trying to figure out like the answer to world poverty or something, but when in reality, they're actually sitting there trying to figure out what kind of candy came in the kids' Easter eggs. That's what they're discussing with rapt attention there. And it was such a funny moment over Easter when my brother Sean was home. And so I wanted to scrapbook this memory. I feel like I scrapbook a lot about the kids and sometimes forget that adults are even part of the family. So I had these photos, so I wanted to take a minute and scrapbook them. The majority of the products that I'm going to use on this layout are actually from that Echo Park mini kit. And I just want to grab the layout really fast so that I know what I'm talking about. There we go. And so I opted to layer the photos and put them on a mat. I'm using that striped paper as the background, and then I use that orange polka dot as the mat for my photos. And now I'm just having a look to see what I want to do. I'm going to cut out some of these cards. And what I'm going to realize as I'm laying this all down is that the background stripes are really competing with everything I lay down next to that photo. So I decide that I need something to go in that spot. And I'm going to take a look at, on one side of my desk, I have the leftovers that I'm still making my way through of the Studio Calico kits from the last few months. I haven't opened my newest kit yet because I am trying to use up the rest of the last 2 months of the Studio Calico kits. So I had them on the side there, and I'm trying to find something that's going to give me a place to add embellishments and things on that right hand side. And there's this piece of gray cardstock that came in the Studio Calico kit, and I'm going to cut that down and use that. So that's what we're doing here, cutting that down to size, trying to figure out what size I want it. And that will just give me a place to build from. And now you can see, because that gray is there, it's all of these cards and things that I'm thinking about putting on there. It's not competing as much as it was directly on that striped paper. So here is a little tag, a little sticker, I mean, that came from the Echo Park sticker accessory sheet, and it just says brothers, and I thought, okay, I'll use that. Nieces and nephew wise, I don't have a set of brothers. I have many brothers and sisters, but I don't have a set of brothers. I have one set of sisters, and then everyone else is boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. So, how about that? This is the washi tape, yes, from the Studio Calico kit, and I'm just using that to add a little bit more interest to the top and the bottom of that gray cardstock. And I didn't want it to stick out too far past where the gray cardstock was, and in fact, when I laid it down there, it didn't stick out further than that gray cardstock at all. That is a little tag that came in the basic gray stickers that came in the Studio Calico kit. It says "So much awesomeness." And I'm adding these two little, I guess you call them potty people. They're brothers. I don't know which one of my brothers is the yellow one and which one of them is the teal one, but there they are. And I thought that it was cool. They had these little strips of washi tape, so I used some of the, it's not true washi tape, they're stickers, but they're shaped like, you know, you would pull washi tape. So I used that to layer underneath a couple of these elements, and I used that ticket that says friends because these two of my brothers are definitely really good friends. So even though Sean lives far away and you know, he's in the army. He's the one in Afghanistan. The one on the left there is the one in Afghanistan right now. And Phil lives locally. They are still very close friends. So, and it's like that way with my whole family. We get together and it's like no time has ever passed. So that's awesome. I think so anyway. Here is another sticker from that basic gray sheet that came in the Studio Calico kit, and it's a little arrow, a little orange arrow. So I decided to use that, and then just layering. It's kind of layering the stickers from the Echo Park sticker accessory sheet with the basic gray stickers that came in the Studio Calico kit. And now I'm just thinking about how else I'm going to embellish this layout and how I'm going to add more interest and fill in that. I know I want my title up there where that blank space is with the gray, so I'm purposely leaving that blank as I go through and try to do these embellishment clusters here. And now I'm having a look through one of the 4 drawers that I keep just miscellaneous embellishments in. Like if there's an odd thing left over from a package or something, I just toss it in those drawers. And this is a border strip. It's actually felt. It's My Mind's Eye, and it came with one of the Fun Day collections. You know, those it was one of those collections that had a very craft sort of color scheme to it. So it came with that set of borders. It was cardstock and felt borders that came in that. And right now, because my nails are so thick right now, because of the gel manicure, I cannot get my fingernails under anything. It's driving me insane. So it took me a little bit of time to get that red, that sticky tape off of the back of there. So I used that little label at the bottom. And then here is some crate paper border strips, and I don't know which collection they're from, but I know they're from Crate Paper. And there's this little film strip kind of looking thing, and I decided to use that down the left hand side there, and then I'm going to put the numbers back in it because that's what I wanted. Again, looking through and seeing if there's any other borders that I want to use, and then I'm going to put the borders away and look through. This is the die cut. I thought about using this craft. It's got embossed gears on it, and I thought that would work, but that would be the only craft on the entire layout. And here, see, I'm trying to find something else that was craft that would balance it, and they're like, you're stretching now. Put that away. Try something else. So I tore up that side of that that journaling block when I tried to layer that gear paper under there. Here are some die cuts that I thought about using. I'm damn determined to use craft on this layout, but it doesn't work. And then here's the bin that I call decor. So it's kind of like, it's not cardstock. It's just kind of like, like these kind of little things that you see here. And I have 2 of them, but the colors didn't match so well. I only had one that really matched the layout, and it has this red kind of bowy kind of thing on it. So I knew I needed to bring red into other places on the layout because there is not a whole lot of red. That paper that you're looking at, the polka dots, is actually orange. So I'm looking for, so I have that big red wood grain button there, that, I don't know what you call them, that little epoxy, there we go, that little epoxy button there, and I have a gear that was just left over from something, so I decided to use those in that little space there. So that brings the red in onto the right side of the paper, but I'm also going to need on the layout, onto the right side of the layout, I'm also going to need something red up in that upper left hand corner just to complete the all important triangle. So I don't know where I'm off. Oh yeah, I went to get my button drawer. So I keep my buttons and my flowers together, as you guys know. And I'm looking for the right color because this is not, it's a dark red. It's not like a true red. And so I'm looking for a dark button that kind of matches this color scheme, or this red. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time doing this. La la la. I'm going to like play the Smurf theme or something. Still going through these buttons and trying to figure out which ones I think is going to work up there, which ones I think are going to work up there. And I actually end up using, this is I found this button in a, oh dear, it was like at the thrift store, and it was from Sears, and you got 4 buttons for 50 cents. I don't know what year they're from, but I bought them at the thrift store, and they still had the Sears label on them, and it said 50 cents, so I thought that was cool. I'm putting that gear down with a little bit of glossy accents, and just putting that button down with some glue dots. And then I picked up this these red thickers, and I knew I wanted the layout to talk about the fact that they look like they're having some really deep discussion about something. So I am going to squeeze the word discussion in this small little space. And all I'm doing, these are older, thicker, so the stickiness on the back, the adhesive on the back is not very good. So I'm able to pick them up and move them around and manipulate them as much as I want there. And I am really going to just work to squeeze all of those letters into that little spot up there. And I don't know if you can read the word when it's finished, but I know what it's supposed to say. So there we go. Yeah, it's kind of a nightmare the way it's all laid out. And then when I picked them up to glue them back down, they didn't get glued down quite that way. Actually, they look better in the finished layout. So I wanted to say deep discussion, so I used these basic gray stickers that came in the Studio Calico kit there. But I knew that those small basic gray stickers weren't going to fill up that space enough, so I took that pennant banner that was on the Echo Park sticker sheet and laid that up there. And now I'm going to run through and do my journaling. I'm going to Well, now first I'm going to put all of these letter stickers down with Tombow Mono Multi Glue. And you know I should have cut this all out of the video, but I did not. Oh well. There you go. This is how I do it. And you can see how the letters do not get put down exactly the way they used to be, but that's okay. You can still kind of read it. And then I'm going to do the journaling on this, and that's going to wrap up the layout. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you.